Scott. Tonight I'm talking about environmental exposure to heavy metals. Recently we've been talking about heavy metals and their implications on nutrient absorption, but what I want to talk about right now is lead toxicity. Many of us don't realize that we've been contaminated, exposed to all kinds of metals in our modern world. So I went looking at my levels, and my levels were not great. Now, I ate really well, so where did my toxicity come from? So I went looking at my history, and my environmental exposure from my history showed that 20 years ago I used to be a mad, crazy, keen nightclubber, and I've got elevated lead from passive smoking, where I think it's from anyway. Now the reason I went looking at old stuff, when I ever do environmental work or heavy metal work with clients, I specifically look at history. What did your parents do? Where did you grow up? Where are you from? What kind of exposure? Did you renovate the house? Are you from a mining area? Are you from an overseas country? Etc. All these reasons, but for me, two areas stood out. I worked in aviation and I did a lot of night clubbing. So to me, that's where my lead levels came from. Geez, they were high, they were really high. And why lead is a problem? Because it has a lot of health impacts, but more specifically for me, I noticed I was getting slower and not as sharp as I normally am. When I started to do a chelation program with lead, I found that I was getting sharper and brighter, and I was getting that intelligence, that snapback that I really am used to in my life. So I changed my diet, I started to do some specific things, and I started to add some green superfoods in. And I did a program for 6 months solid, and my results started to drop. I'll put the results online for you to have a look at later. But I want you to focus on environmental contamination. Where could lead be coming from? First place to start, your plumbing in your home. Do you have old copper pipes? Do you have lead pipes? Do you have soldering joints in your pipes that are leaching in your waterway? Another thing that can happen too is some water supplies, municipal water supplies, can sit in the tap and actually cause a reaction with the plumbing to leach lead into the water that's been sitting. So let your tap run for a little bit before you drink the water. We're going to bring you more tips about uncovering hidden, secret, toxic metals in your life and the places they reside. So lead is the first one, and we'll bring you more soon.